What is going on, kid family? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, let's get away from the sun real quick. On today's video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the spray gun settings, the knobs, and what they are there for. And I'm gonna try to give you the best visual demonstration of what I'm trying to tell you guys. This way we can learn together, we can grow together, and then we can paint some stuff that we always wanted to paint. So keep watching if you are interested in painting. All right, so the other day I went ahead and I went to Harbor Freights for some additional parts to make the spray gun work. I'm going to talk about all that right now, but let's go ahead, jump into the gun, and let's talk about the settings. All right, so the gun is a very simple design, and it took me a little bit of time to get to know this thing. I still haven't really used these, but I get the concept. So first of all, I just want to talk to you guys about the basic design. This is for your air, compressed air to go into, right? This little knob right here is going to adjust how much of that compressed air that's going in. There's a close-off valve that determines if all this compressed air is actually going to come out over here. Don't mind the dogs right now. Someone's coming. Someone's intruding. I'm ready. So what I was trying to say is the air that comes out from the compressor has a high PSI, and that's going to blow too much air out of the gun. So this is an internal regulator by the gun. The problem with this is you don't know how much actual pressure you're getting in the gun. I mean, yeah, you know you're spraying less or more air out of the gun, but do you really know the correct PSI? No, you don't. That's why later on, as you can see, we already ordered it online. We ordered a air fuel or air pressure regulator that attaches right over here onto the gun. Very important. So aside from the air coming in from here, exiting out here, we also are gonna have fluid. So you got your spray cup, locks in right over here. So let's talk about the other most important thing. Right over here is pretty much how much fluid you're letting escape from the cup out the tip when you press this trigger down. If you turn it all the way to the left, you're increasing the amount of fluid that drips down into the tip. And the tip, if I pull the trigger right there, you see that little needle going back? That's the amount of fluid that's going to escape from this tip. So if you're spraying a big quarter panel or a huge area, surface area, you want to make sure you leave this open so more fluid comes in. And when you leave, if you want more fluid to come out, you typically want to open up the air. More fluid, wider air spray. Wider. All right, so now we already know this controls the pressure of the air coming in. This controls the amount of fluid that's coming out from the cup onto the tip, right? And then those are the two main important things. Obviously you're going to need some skill when you're spraying a gun, and hand motions and everything is very important. But if you can't control the proper PSI and the proper fluid coming down, you won't get a good spray pattern, okay? Now, what kind of spray pattern you need varies, and this knob is what controls the spray pattern. So if you turn it all the way to the right, that spray pattern is going to be like a ball, very round. And if we open it up to the left, like so, it's going to open up just like it'll be like this, like wide spray pattern. So we'll go ahead, we'll give you a demonstration of all of this so you guys can visually see. What's interesting is I sprayed some lacquer thinner out of this gun the other day, and I noticed that the air comes out from all these little pockets on the nozzle tip, right? And then the fluid just comes out from the center tip. And once they come out of the gun, right over here, they atomize, there's a correct word for it, atomize properly. So it's like a perfect storm that brews right over here between the air and the fluid, and that determines how it sprays on your paint on the panel you're trying to work at. So I wanted to spray the other day, but I couldn't because, as you can see, my air hose is right here. I got a 30 feet air hose. I can't attach this directly onto here. You need a fitting. So we went ahead to Harbor Freights and we grabbed a female fitting. Let me tell you guys what this is right here in case you would need this. This is a 1/4 inch female steel industrial plug, and you definitely need one of these. You do want to get yourself some white tape, plumber's tape, and wrap it around here, but for demonstration purposes I'm just gonna lightly snug this up onto the gun so that way I can connect the fittings properly. And now that we have the gun connected, is it connected? I don't even know. Oh yeah, it's not connected to the compressor. Please hold. Alright guys, and now that we have the air compressor hooked up, we do have air pressure. So I'm just going to tell you guys everything you need to know right now before I start spraying, because my air compressor is fairly small. It's only 8 gallons, so it needs to recharge quite quickly when I depress the nozzle. One thing that's important is when you first, there's a two-step squeeze onto these guns. The first step is just going to be air coming out, right? And once you fully deprive it, that's when the paint comes out. You see, first I'm going to deprive it, the first step, and you can see that tip, that needle tip, does not move. But once I depress it fully, you will notice that's where the paint actually comes out, such as this. So perfect example, right? So over here becomes the perfect storm between paint, air, and that's what sprays onto your finish. So very important. I'm gonna go ahead, put some lacquer thinner over here, and we're gonna just spray it onto a test panel right here, check the fan pattern, and go from there. So the first thing, once you got your fluid in there, what you want to do is open pretty much everything up. So we're going to open this up here, we're going to open up the amount of fluid that comes out, and we're going to make it a wide spraying pattern. So let's see how it looks. Can you see that? That is nice and wide. Let's do another one right here. Nice and wide. Now, when we turn the spray knob all the way down to the right, look at the difference. It's like the sunshine. So varying this is going to depend on the panel you are painting and how much coverage you need. And remember, this is going to be wide. So this is just a general explanation of the gun and the controls that it has. This is not an ideal setup. As we go on through these videos, I'm going to be talking about how to perfect, as I learned myself, how to perfect the right spraying pattern, the right pressure that you need. Right now we're kind of shooting blind without really having a pressure regulator here, but hopefully you guys can see what I'm trying to display on this cardboard over here. And you definitely, when you want to spray, you want to get 50% overlap. All right, let's try to show you guys something else right now. Let's see if this can work. So right now, let's see right here. Maybe we can display it right here. Right now, I'm going to show you guys the fluid coming out with it wide open. And again, watch the trigger here. First is just air, then it's the paint. Now look at the fan pattern change as I move the knob from wide open to tight. very cool. Now let me just tighten up the amount of fluid that comes out. If I tighten up the amount of fluid that comes out, just watch. We just don't get the same amount of coverage. And when we fully lock it up, even more to the right, that's maximum depression. Not much fluid comes out whatsoever. And then also we can mess around with lowering the air pressure of the gun. So right now with the air pressure really, really low, I can't even squeeze the gun because I depressed this tip so low. I'm gonna have to open up this tip a little bit. I really think I cut off all the air right now, so let's open it up a bit. And that's all the air pressure that we're allowing to come out right now. As we increase the air pressure to the gun, we get a nicer spraying pattern. So this is gonna take a lot of experience, a lot of practice, due diligence, and over time you'll be able to spray different kinds of fluids through the gun, which is quite interesting. But these are the basic concepts, guys, and obviously the tip is going to matter on what you spray down the road, and we'll talk about that in future videos. But this is just going to be a basic video of the controls and the spray pattern regulator, the fluid tip control, and how much fluid comes out and how much air pressure goes into the gun in order to atomize the paint properly. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button if you found this video useful whatsoever, and stay subscribed because we will be giving a gun away just like this one. So if you want to learn painting, if you are interested in this, go ahead, smash the subscribe button. All right, guys, well, that concludes it. It is a bit chilly out there today. Don't let the sun fool you. It is pretty dang cold, so I'm glad I was able to shoot that video for you guys while I had some sunshine and semi-decent weather. I got the car all cleaned up today because definitely needed to rub off some of that winter salt and grime off the car. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna start editing this video here, so catch you on the flip side.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya. Dreams of my own.